Hey, what's up, guys? So, y'all had a lot of questions about shoes, or one person had a question about shoes, and other people kind of jumped in, which is great. It's the whole point of the chat is to have the ability to ask something and see what everybody's opinions on it. Every time y'all kind of jump in and start talking about that stuff, I try to make a video just to give you kind of my experience on it and what I do with things. I'm doing it for a while, so not saying that anybody's opinion that put it in there is wrong by any means, but this is just how my opinion on whatever the topic is. So this is running. So I said I was going to do a video on shoes and then maybe talk about running form a little bit. So your shoe's going to come, they're kind of interlinked. The shoe's going to come down to your style of running. So there's a big change in running. There has been over the last few years. Back in like whenever I was in my, Marine Corps days, back in my 20s, 15 years ago or whatever it was, heel strike running was like a big deal. All the major runners, they ran. So heel strike is wherever your heel hits the ground first, and then you roll into it. All the shoe brands, they marketed it around it. They built shoes to try to make it more safer, I guess, or whatever, appealing to the runners. So the market kind of shifts around, however, what's popular. They're just trying to make freaking money. So don't try to get wrapped up in which shoe brand's better than the others or whatever. It's like who likes Ford and who likes Chevy and who likes Toyota. It's just depending on what brand you're kind of into. Now they've learned that over time that heel striking is really freaking bad for long-term runners. Like a lot of marathon runners are having a lot of knee pain, a lot of ankle pain, hips really jacked up because when that force of your heel striking first, it kind of shocks all the way up your leg and all the way up into your hip because your pinky's connected to your ear. Like it's just everything's connected. So if you do something weird, it's going to have like a butterfly effect all the way up your chain of your body. So now the form of running is what I do too, is more of what they call pose running, for pose running. There's different terms for it or whatever. I got certifications in it and all that crap a long time ago. But basically you want your foot hitting the ground in a neutral stance. So you want, as you run, you pick it up and it lands right in the middle. So a heel strike would be striking like this. Your foot would be striking like this. On a pose running, it would be pick it up and then you drop it straight down so it kind of rolls into it. So you want to hit it just like this and kind of your foot rolls into it. It's a little more natural way of doing it. There are some psychos out there that like to run barefoot and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it. If you do want to get into that, do it really slow. Like try to go into more of a minimalist shoe and then eventually get into those little monkey toe barefoot shoes. So this is the shoe that I run with. I'm not marketing it. I don't really give a shit. This is what I've been running with for a while. It's just a simple, just a Brooks. It's nothing crazy. I'm actually going to be replacing these soon. They've had a little bit more wear and tear on them, but it's kind of a more of a minimalist shoe compared to like a heel striking shoe. But as you can see on the bottom, it doesn't have an aggressive arch. So a lot of them will have a big aggressive arch right here, and then as the heel strikes, and it kind of transfers it up. This one is designed to land flat just like that. So as you come up, it lands just like so. There's a bunch of different brands out there. I'm not stuck on one or the other. In the comment section, I told you guys what I do is I stick to a brand that's known for running. I'm not a big fan of cross trainers for running at all. So I think somebody even said something about Columbia. I personally would never run with a hiking brand shoe unless I'm doing like some kind of trail running. But there's a bunch of their shoes that literally just make it for trail running, so you can kind of do that stuff. This right here is a Reebok. So this is like a CrossFit style shoe. But you can see how it's got a flat form like that. I would never really run in these, or I don't ever really run in these. I used to do Metcons in them back when I was old CrossFit dude, but they're really good for that. So they're flat-footed, so they're well-rounded shoes. So it's real easy to do a bunch of different stuff in them. You can run in these. It's just not as good as running with an actual running shoe. Now there is the Converse, the old Chuck Taylors. These are horrible. So for those that were in GR in Indiana with me, and you realize that these I tore ligaments running in these. So they look kind of cool or whatever, but it's just there's not a lot of support. You can see this stuff right here. There's nothing going on. Whenever I took off running, I ended up snapping my plantar ligament in my foot just because it wasn't warm and I'm old and whatever. Let's see. There was So those are the shoes that I kind of run with. Don't get wrapped around the head around on brands of them. You know, just kind of go with whatever you kind of like. I'm going to be probably buying a pair of Asics here shortly. They have a lot of different ones out there. My doctor recommended something with a little more cushion because of the injury that I had in my foot. So I'm going to be going with something a little more cushiony. You can look up reviews and all the other stuff. Just don't go out spending $300 on running shoes. It's kind of ridiculous. One of the people in the comments actually had a good suggestion with insoles. Insoles are great. Now, whenever, I'm sure when he was talking about insoles, I think he works out quite a bit. I think he actually trains people, so he has a little bit of experience with it. So there's different types of running insoles. Don't go getting your Dr. Soul stupid little Walmart insole. That's not going to do shit for you. Super Feet's a really good one. That's the one I go for whenever it comes to hiking or any kind of running shoe. They have a specific one for a specific thing. It's called Super Feet. So you can look into those. Whoever, I don't remember who it was that put it in there, but if you want to throw out what kind of brand insole you like to use, then people can kind of learn from that. But yeah, so that kind of wraps it up with the shoe thing. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and shoot them towards me. If you have any comments about whatever you like to wear or whatever, just throw it in the comment section. All right, guys, hope you have a good week.